Hi YouTube, I'm here again today to give you guys a huge estate sale haul for, I think today's July 19th, 2014. We hit about 3 estate sales today. They were jam-packed with stuff, and I'm not kidding you, I found some pretty amazing things. I can't wait to show you guys. Since I've got a lot of resale stuff, so I'm going to show you guys all the resale stuff first, and since I only have a few keepsakes / a gift for somebody, I'll show you those last. Alright, so to start off, I think I'll show you this really cool pamphlet that I found. It's for a makeup. It's the New Art of Makeup by Max Factor in Hollywood. I didn't really look at it, and I just thought it was kind of a cool guide, especially if you want to go retro with 1950s beauty, so I thought that was kind of cool. I bought a whole box of stuff from this one estate sale for $9, and I thought that was a steal considering it was probably $17, $18 worth of stuff in there. Not overall retail value, but I mean like overall it was $17 that I would have spent, and I spent $9, which is a good deal. So yeah, thought that was kind of interesting. Alright, the next item that I want to show you guys, I thought that was really cool, is this really cool vintage electric hand car by the Louis Marx Company. And it's in the original box. The only real problem, first let me show you guys the car. And here's the car. I think the car is in really nice condition. However, let me see if I can just pour the guy out of there. There's only one of the guys, and he is missing his arms. And other than that, there's nothing else really wrong with it. It was in the box. So let's see, this was $3. I don't know what I'll get for this, but considering it's Marx and it's in the original box, I don't see why I could probably get 15 bucks for it. I mean, who knows how much these go for? I have to do some research. But I know I'm gonna make more money at Christmas time with this stuff. Alright. Next piece is this really cool Plasticville Barn, and it's in the original box. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. I don't know if it was ever played with because it looks as if nothing has ever been touched. It's a little dirty, but I expect that from something being in a basement for probably 40, 50 years. It looks like no pieces are broken or missing. I think this was $2. So that should do well, especially for someone who likes the Plasticville stuff. And the next piece that's also from Plasticville is the Plasticville Village. And it's also in its original box. And I assume it has all the pieces to it. And it looks pretty new. I don't see any melt marks or anything. It's a very well-made toy. Or, sorry, I mess that up all the time. A toy that was made very well. I think this one was $5, I'm not sure. But it was a good deal, and I know I'll make good money on these at Christmas time. Alright, what to show next? Oh. I did find some really cool vintage Christmas pieces. Last summer you saw that I bought a small 1950s Santa Claus, or red velvet Santa Claus. I found these two. They were $1 a piece. This one looked just like this one originally. It had all the bling and stuff on it. But I wanted to take the bling off of this one because there was just way too much bling on him. And I'm going to sell both of these as a pair because I think they might do better if I have them as a pair. This one's missing the little pom-pom on his hat, and he's got some marking or felt ripping right here. And he also came apart, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to glue that back in before I sell him. And this one is in nice shape. I don't know if they ever made these with the bling. I assume that they did, but I'm not 100% sure. And as you can see on the bottom, sale price was... Sorry guys. Sale price is $1. So again, I paid $1 a piece for these. The reason I'm going to sell them as a pair is because I want someone to see what it looks like without all the bling on it. There are a lot of pinholes on here because there was a lot of bling on them, but I think together they should do very well. Alright, now the next few pieces of Christmas that I bought are these pack of 4 C-6J lamps, 15 volts. And there are 5 bowls. They're made by Paramount. These I think were $1, and they're in their original box, and I know this stuff sells pretty well at Christmas time. So I thought those were kind of cool. I also bought another one made by General Electric, and they're in the original box. So now these will definitely do well on eBay if I put them on for a couple dollars each. Alright, and this next little item I thought was kind of cool. This is a piece of vintage chalkware, and there are some pieces I think that are missing paint, or areas that are missing paint, or they're chipped. I can't really tell what's chipped and what's missing paint. I assume it's just paint missing, which I think is also the same as being chipped. But it's still a cool piece of vintage decorum if you like the old chalkware from the 40s and 50s. And it's fruit, so I think I'll do very well with it, minus that there are a few places of scuffs, but I think I'll do well with that, especially if I list it really low. Alright, and the next thing that I bought, which I think will do really well, especially at Christmas time, is this vintage Valentine ale trash can. And it's in okay shape. I mean, it's pretty dirty on the inside, it's rusty, but it was sitting in a basement for years, and I don't know if I'll be able to clean it, but I only paid $5 for it, and I know people who like to collect vintage Bruriana pieces would absolutely love this. And it has the logo on both sides. I think I might clean it up a little bit before I sell it, and then have it listed on eBay. I have to do all this research for this stuff, and then I'm gonna have it sit in a pile of stuff for the next few months before Christmas hits. So I'll be listing stuff in October, so that way I'll make some more money. Alright, the next really cool item that I bought is this really cool vintage Siestaware New York City mug. I typically don't buy these mugs because they do not... I thought they would go well as a set, but I didn't see any other ones that had New York written on them. So this one's for New York City, and as you can see, we've got JF Kennedy Airport, aka LaGuardia, United Nations Building, the Empire State Building, Rockefeller Center, Times Square, Statue of Liberty, and Coney Island. This was, I think, 50 cents. Yeah, all mugs at this estate sale were 50 cents. And I don't really know what I'm going to list this for. I might start it out at $4-5, see where I go from there with it. And for those of you who want to see if it's really marked Siestaware, there it is right on the bottom, Siestaware. And I assume that the number 8 on the bottom is meaning that it was a part of a set of 8 or more. But yeah, I think this one just might do well just because it's the subject matter of being New York City. Alright, and this next piece of vintage Christmas is a box of C7.5 decorated with queen light. I believe these are new old stock, because as you can see, all the bulbs are in their original sockets in which they came in the box. This also, I don't really know how much. It was $9 for probably 11 items, so that's a little less than $1 a piece, I think. So that's a good deal, and these will do me pretty well on eBay also. And this next piece is a really cool vintage Tober softball in the original box. And it is used, unfortunately, but it's in good shape. And the box is in nice shape too. There's some ripping and stuff, but if it's for a shelf piece, it'll look fantastic. And for the price I paid, I just couldn't beat that. Here we go. Tober Baseball Manufacturing Corp. Inc., Rockville, Connecticut, USA. Then I bought another softball that came in the original box. It's called Doubleheader Softball. And the box is in okay shape. There's ripping and stuff like that, but I expect that from an item that's been sitting in a garage or a basement for a number of years. This should do well also, considering it is in the original box. And this next item that I bought that I thought will do really well if I clean it up is this really cool vintage frog smoking a pipe. I thought it was kind of a cool novelty item. He is marked Japan, as you can see. Let me see. Oh, wrong way. He is marked Japan. Right here. He's marked Made in Japan, sorry. And I did not pay $3 for him. He was a lot less because the person who ran the sale gave me a bit more of a discount. And this next item I thought was kind of interesting. I think it's from the 50s. Come and get it. It's a breakfast dish towel. It depicts pancakes, sausage, and syrup in a frying pan. Thought that was kind of interesting. That might do well on eBay. There are a couple places with staining. I don't think I'm going to wash that. Or maybe I will wash this before I do anything with it. You never know how well it'll come out nice and clean. Alright, and the next item that I bought is this box of new old stock Lionel train. I think these are train bits. I'm not entirely sure. I assume they're new old stock. They're not coming apart. They go on the train. Yeah, these are definitely new old stock, I think, because they haven't been taken off of the packaging piece. They come with the original screws and stuff, I think. Tie chains, sheet metal screws, instructions sheet. What was this? I think this was $3. And here's a vintage Santa cup. I don't know how old he is. I think he's probably from the 60s or 70s. I think I'll start him probably at $2 or $3 when I list him around the Christmas season. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then the next really cool item that I bought only for $1 or less is this really cool vintage plastic sleigh with 2 reindeer. On the bottom it's marked Made in the USA. Whoops. And the deer are marked Made in Hong Kong. I think I'm going to sell these together as one lot so I'll get more money for it. This will start out pretty low too. I think I'll do $4 or $5 starting and see where I go from there. Alright, and I got a couple pieces of lighting that I think you guys might like. Alright, this is a vintage, I would say shabby chic, pink goose. No, I would call it a gooseneck lamp. I don't know exactly what to call it, because gooseneck lamps, I've heard, are the lamps that the base you can bend. But this one just sits on a vanity. I think some girl will really like this, and it'll be a great gift for somebody around Christmas time. This lamp was $7. I think I can probably get 20. And it's got the original glass shade. And I think I'll do pretty well with this at Christmas time. Hopefully. And I bet some girl will really like this, because it's vintage, it'll look great on their vanity. And that's what women like, vintage. And men too. Alright, and this next piece is actually not a lamp, but it's something that a lot of people do like to have at Christmas time. This is a vintage Christmas tree, it's a Christmas tree, it's a ceramic Christmas tree. And a lot of people like to own these Christmas trees. I don't have the lighted base for it, unfortunately. This was all that was in there. This was $5. And I'll probably get $20, $25. I don't know how much just the trees go for, but I think I can get some good money for this. Alright, and the last piece that I bought which I thought was going to do me real well on eBay, is this really cool vintage metal lamp. The shade is metal, and the base and the table piece are also metal. It does work. I did test it. I only paid $6 for it, and it'll probably do really well considering it's probably from the 50s. And it is a little beat up. I mean, it's dusty, and there's also a bit of rust right here. But it's pretty old, and people do like these. This would look great on a desk, or would look great on even a workbench. So I think I did pretty well there. Try not to break stuff. And now that I showed you guys everything that I bought that is for keepsake, or for resale, sorry, I will show you guys now the gifts and the keepsake items. Alright, this is going to be a gift for my aunt. This is a Pyrex pitcher, probably made in the late 60s, early 70s. I assume the 1970s, just judging by the style of the pitcher and the fruit that's on here. And on the bottom it's marked Pyrex, made in the USA. Original price was $2, but I think I probably paid less than $2 for it. It's not broken or anything, it's in good shape. She likes the kitschy 70s look, the tacky glass basically. So I thought she'd really like this. And then the next piece that I found that I thought was really cool is this really cool vintage skull Halloween bat. Or I think it's a club. I'm not entirely sure. This was only $1, and the way I knew it was vintage is if you look right here. Let's see if I can focus and get that in. I don't know if you guys can read that, but it says Clinton Toy Corp, Hoboken, New Jersey. It's cool. You can kind of like a rattle, and it's just a cool piece. He's going to be displayed pretty well, and he's really nice and bright, and you guys know I really like skulls, so that was just perfect. Alright, and the next piece, hope I don't rip her when I bring her down. Alright, I'm going to be careful here. Alright. She's pretty fragile. She's gotten beaten up over the years. She's been ripped and everything. But she's still so cool. Alright, this is a vintage, probably 1960s witch. She's extremely big. She's missing a boot tip down here. She's been taped back here. And she's got a rip in her hat. But you know what? She was only $1. I couldn't beat it. And she's going to go right where that skeleton is. I'm going to replace that skeleton with this witch, because I think she's just absolutely cool. And I don't know what I'm going to do with that skeleton. I think I'm going to trash it because one of the ribs on it is broken. So I will definitely replace it because it's vintage. It's so cool, and I cannot believe it was only $1. Alright, and the last piece that I'm really, really excited to show all of you, and I've been looking for these for a long time, is this. This is it's actually a pair. This is the pair of vintage 1950s mid-century modern, or aka Eames era lamps. I can't believe that these... I cannot believe the price that I paid for these. These were $36. And I know that's probably a lot for me because I like to get things cheap, but I can't believe that I got these for $36. And the pictures that they post online for the estate sales, they had the lamps that were just lying on a shelf in the basement. And I didn't see the shades until I got there this morning. It was incredible that they had the original shades to it. The lamp bases were $8 a piece, and the shades were $10 a piece. So that was $36, and I've been wanting lamps like this for a long, long time. And on eBay, people try to get like $250 to about $300 for these lamps. I bought them for $36, way under retail value. I've actually been starting to stockpile furniture and lighting for my future house that I'll be getting. I think I'm going to put these in my future living room because they are just so cool. Or maybe they'll even look good on a nightstand, but they're pretty big. But I absolutely love them, and I'm so excited to own them. Anyway, that's everything that I got from the 3 estate sales we went to today on July 19th, 2014. Tomorrow we'll be heading out to to a flea market, so be on the lookout for a flea market haul if I get enough vintage stuff. And as always, if this is your first time viewing my channel and videos, please remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you all for watching.